So, who's in this episode anyway? Penguin? Clayface? Killer Croc?
No one like that. It's the Sewer King.
The Sewer King? Look, if you're not going to give me an episode with an A-list baddie, then you don't get an A-list reviewer. Bane?
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
You're in. I'm going to lunch.
Okay, real funny. Wait, is he serious?
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time, we covered Pretty Poison, featuring the premiere of Poison Ivy. This time, we're recapping an episode that doesn't feature one of Batman's usual antagonists. Season 1, Episode 6 of Batman the Animated Series, The Underdwellers. We open on the top of a Gotham train where two boys are playing chicken. One of them looks like a young Nathan Summers, aka Cable, but, pre-face scar. Batman jumps onto the train behind them, and one of the kids sees Batman and makes a run for it. The other taunts the one who ran, saying that he knew he was chicken, but I'd like to point out he's shouting this while the lighting on his pants makes it look like he thoroughly wet himself. The train is about to enter a tunnel, but before the boy can get off the roof, he gets stuck on some cable? Coincidence? Methinks not. I see you, Marvel, sneaking your stuff into DC properties. Anyway, Batman frees the kid and gets him safely off the train with the other kid and tells them both,
"You play chicken long enough, you fry."
Bruce. Leave the jokes to Alfred.
Pardon?
We cut to downtown Gotham where the Spectre? ? Steals a lady's purse, and when she reports it to the police, she says,
"I'm telling you, it was a leprechaun."
That's racist. Or heightist. Look, it's somethingist, and it's not okay, okay?
You really are quite bright, despite what people say.
Batman shows up for this purse snatching for some reason, and chases after the leprechaun in what I can only describe as the least heroic way I've ever seen.
Hey!
I'm with that guy. You use your grappling hook all the time to swing across rooftops like you're Spider-Man, but this one time you gotta go hopping across car tops? Anyway, Batman almost gets run over by a squad car in the alley and fails to catch the purse snatcher. Back at the Batcave, Bruce is completely hung up on this whole leprechaun thing. Like, he heard someone say leprechaun, and now he believes that's what he saw, which just seems so out of character for Batman.
Perhaps he has a fear of leprechauns.
If that were the case, wouldn't he be Leprechaun Man instead of Batman?
Leprechaun Man. Why leprechauns, Master Wayne? Leprechauns frighten me. It's time my enemies shared my fear. No, that never would have caught on. Alfred tries to convince Bruce to take a vacation, but Bruce says that golf sounds boring and decides to investigate as Batman. We transition into Gotham sewers where we find a one-stop shop for child exploitation run by a man cosplaying as Rochefort from The Three Musketeers? ? He controls his army of children through fear and torture, putting one child in a hot box with bright lights as punishment for making a sound when he hurt his foot while mining.
Using fear to control? I like his style.
But they're children.
Yes, easier to scare than adults. It's perfect.
Anyway, Fagin sends his pickpockets topside to get him more loot. Meanwhile, Batman is on the case, using his Cyclops visor to spot a hidden door into the sewer. While investigating, he sees "Beware the Sewer King" scrawled onto one of the walls, but of course he's not deterred. His journey leads him into the subway tunnels and to a door subtly marked with a giant SK. I wonder what that could stand for.
Oh, I know it. Subway knowledge.
What? No!
Shocking kilowatts.
No, I know what it stands for. Sewer King.
Then why would you ask the question? Honestly, I don't know how the Joker puts up with you.
Why, no? Never mind. Not gonna play your game. Batman goes through the door, but sets off a tripwire alarm made of cans that alerts one of the child pickpockets. The kid, we'll just call him Oliver Twist, makes a run for it and thinks that he avoids Batman, but then runs right into him before falling onto some subway tracks. He's nearly hit by a train when Batman saves his life. Batman then takes the kid back to the Batcave, revealing a feature on the Batmobile I didn't know existed.
Open.
Does he have other disguise options for it as well? I mean, can it look like a Wienermobile if the situation calls for it?
When would the situation ever call for that?
I don't know, like, what if he was trying to catch the Condiment King? You know, now that I think about it, a lot of Batman's lesser villains have the moniker King in their title.
Clearly they're overcompensating.
Batman takes Oliver back to the Batcave and charges Alfred with taking care of him. Come on, Bruce. Hasn't he had to take care of enough tortured youths?
Whoa, sick bird! Up top!
What? No, I'm not high-fiving that.
I knew you couldn't resist.
Back underground, the Sewer King is gorging himself in front of the starving children when he realizes that Oliver is missing, and he reacts in a way that you'd expect from someone living out their Charles Dickens fantasy.
There will be nothing to eat until Frog is found!
Back at Wayne Manor, Oliver is just living his best life by getting on Alfred's nerves. Batman asks for Oliver's help to free the other children. They head back into the sewer, and Batman is appalled by what he finds. He calls out the Sewer King, who sicks 2 of his crocodiles in BDSM collars on the Cape Crusader. Batman defeats the crocodiles with surprising ease, prompting the Sewer King to threaten to feed one of the kids to the crocodiles if Batman doesn't back off. Seeing one of his friends in danger, Oliver springs into action, swinging down and freeing the kid from the Sewer King's clutches.
This Sewer King might just be the worst villain I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
The Sewer King makes a run for it, and while pursuing him, Batman falls into a pipe which drops him out into the Sewer King's crocodile pit. The Sewer King tries to knock Batman into the water below, but ends up getting knocked in himself, and we get one of the best fake-outs ever.
Never!
In hindsight, it should have been obvious. I mean, there's no way they were going to have a character torn apart by crocodiles on a kid's show.
Pity. I should have liked to have seen that.
The Sewer King thinks he's escaped, only to have Batman bust through a locked steel door like a gangster. He tackles the Sewer King onto the subway tracks, but pulls the villain clear before the train arrives. This particular criminal has Batman well more worked up than most.
I don't pass sentence, but this time, I am sorely tempted to do the job myself.
The Sewer King is arrested and the children are brought to the surface, prompting Tiny Tim to say,
The light. The light.
Oh, that's nothing. I didn't see the light of day until I was a man, and by then it was blank.
I'm back! What did I miss?
Just the exploits of the Sewer King.
Who?
Exactly.
"Oh, good of you to grace us with your presence."
Well, I do try.
Anyway, the episode ends with Batman on a nearby rooftop watching the children being rescued with the satisfaction that he's spared them a lifetime of living in the sewer with a crazy cosplayer and his crocodile concubines.
What alliteration!
Quit sucking up, Crane.
While I wouldn't say any episode of Batman the Animated Series is bad, this is one of the more forgettable episodes. The Sewer King really doesn't present much of a challenge for our hero, but the scenario did give us some insight into how Batman reacts when he sees children being abused, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense considering his own tragic past. What did you
Rude.
think?
I have to agree, the Sewer King wasn't much of a challenge. I thought things might take a turn when he brought out the crocodiles, but even that was a bit of a disappointment. How are you going to have Batman wrestle crocodiles in full cape and cowl? He should have at least been shirtless and covered in mud. 2.5 out of 5 adults believing in leprechauns. Join us next time.
I'll take it from here. Join us next time when we'll be covering POV. So long, boys and girls. Have you read this POV script? Who's the episode about?
Detective Bullock.
Bullock? As in Harvey, Donuts Before Public Safety Bullock?
One and the same.
Bane? How'd you like to guest host again?
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified when more Batman the Animated Recap episodes go up. And we've got some other cool shows on the channel, so stick around, you might find something else that you like.